The Adventurers Guild Victor Sword. Syl entered the building with that name written on it. I'd like to thank you once again for your help earlier. Oh, please don't worry about it. I'm glad you weren't hurt. Say, is this an Adventurers Guild? It's a great bar. Thank you. But it's only because my father who managed this place was great. I can't fight and all the excellent adventurers have left this guild. So it's just me who's running this place. So you're alone? I mainly just do harvesting quests, but it's enough to sustain my living, so... I see. What's the matter? If you don't mind, would you employ me as an adventurer? What? I have actually been looking for an adventurers guild. The one I wanted to join already closed their application and I just can't go back home like this, so could you employ me please? I mean, I greatly welcome you joining my guild, but are you sure? My guild is super weak. Yes, of course. I see. Alright. I welcome you to join us. Your name is? Syl Northheart. My name is Lena Aid. It's nice to have you here from now on, Syl. Yes, likewise. And thus, I was able to become an adventurer. I was worried about what would happen to me when Black Fangs declined me, but I finally became an adventurer that I dreamt to be since I was a child. I'm gonna do my best to be helpful to people, little by little. That was what I thought to myself as I faced the first morning as an adventurer. How was the breakfast? Sorry I couldn't make anything fancy. Oh no, please. It was really delicious. More importantly, do you want me to help you clean up? Oh, don't worry about it. You're just about to start working, so. But I've even borrowed your room, so I feel like I'm burdening you. I don't feel burdened. In fact, I'm so happy that for a first time in a long while I have with someone who I can have meals. Huh? It's been several years since I became alone. Since I've become a master. You're the first adventurer to request to become my pupil. I wasn't a reliable master back then, but I have confidence that I can fully support you now, Syl. It just makes me so very happy. If it really concerns you, why don't you come on a little walk with me? Since this town is going to be your town as well. Certainly. I'd love to go on a walk with you. This is the shopping district of Alacia. There's a lot of stores so you can get anything you want. It's a really busy place, isn't it? You can buy equipment too, so if you need any, it might be good to buy it now. There's a large river going through the city. It's the Lilim River. It flows from the mountains far in the north. Water was a really rare resource as well in the past. Because of this river, people were able to start trading and the city was able to develop. This is the ward office. There's a natural park as well, so you can relax around here. The Knights of the Chivalric Order are looking at us. It's their job. They are making sure this town is safe. This area is rather quiet. They are making textile fabrics here. Textile fabrics? Textile is a specialty of Alacia. The Oko worms spew beautiful, strong threads, and textile made from spinning those threads makes the Alacian specialty. The city developed because the merchants gathered here in search of the textile. Although that is the very reason nature is becoming destroyed. Apparently in the past, we couldn't survive if we didn't import food from other countries. There was a row of dirty little houses next to the peripheral wall. This is where the refugee farmers from the countryside and immigrants here for work live. Honestly, this place is not very safe. You shouldn't come near this place carelessly. You don't know what they'll do to you. I don't think I need to explain this to you, but this is the Magician's Guild. They are currently focusing on the investigation of the ruins right now. This is the public area for common people. When there are festivals and such, this place gets really lively. Festivals, huh? They must be really boisterous in a big city like this. Yes, at the annual Autumnal Sun Festival, everyone dresses up as a god and create a racket. I was looking forward to it so much as well when I was little. How are you feeling? Are you getting familiar with the city? Yes, thank you. Emergency! I wonder what happened. He was in such a hurry. Looks like something bad is happening. The developing village in the northeast has been attacked by the orcs. Oh no, by the orcs. The orcs are the descendants of barbarians, right? I heard they are troublesome monsters when they move in groups. Yes, if it was regular orcs, it's not as scary, but when orcs come together in a group, a king is born, and he comes to have extraordinary leadership. In the past, they have destroyed a whole city overnight. All the women and children in the village have been kidnapped, and almost all the men were killed. I was so afraid I couldn't do anything. Shit! As the man who was out of breath spoke, the worried voices spread around. The adventurers passing by went to the gate without uttering any word. The magicians also headed out of the city, and the adventurers of Black Fangs also ran outside. Sil thought to herself, when she was young, she had been in the same situation. That day, when the village went in flames and was filled with the collapsed debris, I was at the edge of a collapsed building. I found my dad and mom lying lifeless, and I was shaking back then. I still remember how powerless I felt at that time. I'm sure that man is feeling the same too. Then what I have to do is... Lena, I'm heading over there as well. Sil? If there are still survivors left, I better get there fast and save them. Do you have the confidence that you'll survive when you're surrounded by the orcs? Honestly, I don't know. But I feel like if I don't go now, I'll regret it for the rest of my life. The lion looked down quietly. It was obvious that she was feeling like her heart was being crushed with worries. However, there comes a time adventurers must go on an adventure. Even if that means putting your life on the line, there are things we must protect. I see that you've made your mind, Sil. Alright, as your master, I give you permission to chase the orcs, but please wait for a bit. I will give you the map. Lena, thank you so much. Oh no, please take care of the orcs. It was easy for Sil to find the location of the village attacked by the orcs, thanks to the maps provided by Lena. But this place is abandoned and there's almost no trace of anything. Suddenly, Sil felt something odd. Would orcs have intellectual levels this high? Anyway, let's collect more information. Maybe other villagers might have seen the orcs. I heard there's huge trouble happening. If you need any items, I'll give them to you. There's a cave further ahead, on top of the northeastern hill, but I wonder if there are orcs over there. However, Sil didn't have any evidence to confirm that. Perhaps it was better for her to collect information in the northern village first. After walking through the highlands for a while, Sil finally saw a glimpse of the destination, the northern village. It seemed to be an agricultural village. A young male shepherd stood at the entrance. You're an adventurer, right? If you're looking for the orcs, I saw them walking to the west in a line. Also, there are goblins in the eastern cave. They ravage our crop fields and take our food away. It would help if someone can punish them. Going into a narrow pathway surrounded by harsh, rocky cliffs, Syl found a vertical opening of a cave in the middle of the mountain. Syl felt a presence of an animal from the darkness further inside the cave. I should go further ahead carefully. As she went around the little pathway, she came to an area where the sunlight shone from the ceiling. Syl relied on the little light available and walked further inside the cave. It was just then. A goblin with an axe in his hands jumped from the ceiling and stood in Syl's way. Me, Big Axe Goblin, our home, you found. Me can't let you leave here. Without any further words, the Big Axe Goblin attacked Syl. I lost. The Big Axe Goblin leaned his back onto the wall of rock and fainted. Syl went further ahead and felt the presence of a newbie. A scent of burnt incense flowed towards her. Ho, ho, ho. I am the smartest shaman in the goblin world. Intruders must die. Suddenly, a mysterious goblin ambushed Syl. Ha 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 ha. You're pretty good, aren't you? But how about this, huh? My special attack, poison mi- Achoo! Oh crap. My magic. Oof. God damn you. Syl defeated the goblin that ambushed her. This cave was used as a nest by the goblins. Fortunately, there weren't many of them, so it was possible for Syl to exterminate them. Syl found a notebook from the bag held by the goblin that was knocked unconscious. Something was written in black ink. I feel like we aren't really good goblins. Syl stepped into the lowest level of the area. As she expected, somebody was waiting for her. Beautiful young maiden. This ain't a place for you to come. Oh yes, I am Lancer. It's no use falling in love with me, you know, 'cause we're different species. Syl was filled with unfathomable fear, and decided it was better for her to strike first to win the battle. Your sword strike was quite masterful. Goblin Lancer collapsed onto the ground and ceased to move. It seemed that he was unconscious. It looks like a boss is further ahead. I gotta be careful. A hazy light poured down from the sky and revealed a monster that was sitting cross-legged on the dirty ground. Defeating all of the 4 kings under me? Huh. You have quite a power. Huh? But there were only 3 of them. We goblins only have male offspring. For us to continue our bloodline, we must do our duties as males. There were only 3? Woman, become my wife. The goblin stood up, then attacked Syl with no further words. The attacks look painful. You gotta use defense at a time like this. You've noticed the ATB gauge at the right top, no? If you activate defense at the same time as the enemy attack, you can completely nullify its attack. Boss, we gotta leave this situation for now. We shall meet again, young girl. When the shaman chanted a shadow illusion spell, the goblins disappeared into thin air. What was all of that with those goblins? Anyway, let's return back to the village to report.